Welcome. Brothers and sisters.
Welcome.
Sabbath morning.
Really? We're going to start this way?
Welcome to the American Forked podcast. We are a group of lifetime friends who all were raised in American Fork, Utah, in a humble place with good intentions. And now we all
have bad intentions.
Now we have bad intentions. No, but now we've all grown up years later, but we're still friends, still get along, even though we're pretty different people now. Everyone kind of has their own opinion on Liz Cheney and Donald Trump. And
like my opinion on Liz Cheney? Who's
no
Liz
idea
Cheney?
who she is.
Oh, well, you're about to find out on this episode right here.
I'll tune in.
We give you the news. We give it to you straight because no one else will. And we like to start,
Tyler won't.
Tyler won't give it to you straight?
Nope.
Oh, he'll give it to you
get
gay. Get it?
It's a homosexual joke.
Yeah.
I get it.
But
Anyway, I'm Phil. I'm here today. I'm your host. I'm here with Jeff. What's up,
Hi.
Jeff?
You know how I knew it was you?
Because I started it in a stupid and silly
because
way.
it was a super buttery voice.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I
My
knew.
voice is so battery.
Jake's here.
that is also true.
Yeah. And we're joined with Chez today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, Chez is from the Weekly Insult podcast.
Formerly messing
Insult.
with Mormons.
Yes, the artist formerly known as.
There you go. And now he's here with us today. We're going to dig into his soul. But first, we're going to check out what's going on in American Fork, Utah. And actually, they had that guy run away with a baby and get shot at last week. We talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
But they just arrested him and released him on bail.
Oh,
So he's out there in the world.
Oh, cool.
Just
What?
potentially like snatching up babies, trying to run over police officers, getting shot
and
at.
girlfriends.
And I found out he did have the baby in the car while the cops were firing at the car.
Yeah, he was in the back of the car while they shot.
Yeah.
But they didn't know.
to be fair, being shot at is not a crime, right?
That's true.
I wouldn't hold that against him.
Well, no, I was saying like policemen, and obviously they didn't know, but maybe you should not fire at a vehicle when a woman jumps out of it. And then a guy, he got in and like pulled her out pretty much and took off in her car.
I thought she jumped out and he hit her on the way while he was driving away.
He like backed up and hit her or something.
Yeah, so it was assault with a deadly weapon. And so they shot at him.
Oh, yeah. They just didn't, they should think though, baby, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't it,
Woman in the car. Maybe
wasn't it
there's
a 5-year-old?
Oh, was it?
I think it was a
Yeah, it was a
5-year-old.
5-year-old.
Oh.
But he was acting like a baby the whole time.
Okay.
Crying.
Well,
He's all upset.
a 5-year-old you can see in the car.
You can see an infant in the car.
It had tinted windows, and
Oh, those are the worst.
It was
See,
nighttime.
that's why you don't get tinted windows,
so
Jake.
cops don't shoot my 5-year-old.
You know what I realized that's bad about tinted windows is like if you're walking and you're a pedestrian and a car's coming and their windows are tinted, you can't see their face to see if they can see you or not.
That's true. That's probably why the front side windows have to have a lower tint.
Yeah, but they're still
Legally.
tinted enough that you can't see them.
Yeah,
people.
but most of them are illegally tinted.
Yeah. So they're just running over pedestrians, people like you.
The number one reason
I
why
hit 3 last week.
the number one reason I put the sticker on the back of my car that says baby on board is so that cops don't shoot at my car.
Yeah.
Right. As after your shoplift and run from them.
Exactly. I'm just like, hey, cops, don't fire at my car.
Don't fire my car. I saw a cute one the other day. It said, honk if a kid falls out.
I know. Mother of 12, honk
Yeah.
if a kid falls out or something like that.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I saw on the way up here a car with 14 stickers on the back window.
Wait, 14 kid stickers?
Well, they were turtles.
Oh, okay.
They're 2 big turtles and then 12 smaller turtles
So
underneath it.
they were Islanders.
Maybe.
Very well could have been.
Was it a
Pacific
Honda
Islander.
Fit? Honda
No,
Fit?
it was like a Chevy Trailblazer.
Maybe they're those people that identify as turtles, and then they also have some turtles.
Could be that, or they like turtles.
I just found out that's a real thing. That there are people that really are animal people.
Furries?
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the correct, like the.
I'm pretty sure it is.
They like
Is it?
they
Well, there's
act like dogs and cats and stuff like
yeah,
that.
werewolves is a common one, I guess. Like, or wolves.
That never actually change into wolves.
Yeah.
I know Chez knows about this.
Yeah.
yeah. I just saw one where I guess kids at school are identifying as like cats. They're
Yeah.
Like will only like meow to the teacher, and the teacher can't do anything about it.
Yeah. That's absurd.
I have a math equation for you. It's called children minus socialization for 2 years
Equals
equals
furries.
furries.
Furry people.
I mean, what do you expect? They haven't seen anyone but their cat for 2 years.
That's true. Maybe it was COVID's fault.
It is. Or Russia.
But it's a real condition, I
China.
guess. Like, people like legitimately think
Yeah.
they're like a wolf, and like
yeah.
it's cool.
And you know-
And I'm not trying to like hate if you think
No,
you're
it's
a
pretty
wolf.
dumb.
It's cool.
It's actually pretty stupid.
I strongly suggest you go try living with some wolves.
Yeah.
See how long that lasts. Like, it's not reality is my point. Like,
Yeah.
you're such a wolf. Go live with them. See how it goes. Oh, you identify as a hippo? Chill with
luck with
them
that.
for a few months. See how that works out.
Good luck with 1,800 psi bites.
You could probably get away with the turtles, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm guessing you could live with turtles and be fine.
Anyway, spreading a little wider to. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
You don't even know what's wider than American fork. It's Utah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it came up now. It is Utah. You're right. So, Salt Lake City just broke the record for the most triple-digit temperatures in a year
Within Salt Lake City.
in Salt Lake City.
So
yeah.
Salt Lake was the previous reigning champion, but still is.
Still is.
Oh, okay.
They're still, but it's more this year is now the reigning champion.
It's years competing
Yeah.
on years. I get it.
So the most days for over 100 degrees. It marked the 22nd time that they've got over 100, which
Consecutively, you said?
no, just
total?
total
For the year.
In the year, yeah, consecutive. That'd be wild. Although there were quite a few. There had to be like a week in there somewhere where it was straight hundreds the whole week.
Yeah.
But
Did we not get 100 today?
I don't know. It was 95 according to my car
I
thing.
think it was high 90s today.
Yeah, but maybe not.
Felt hot, though, for some reason.
So it's been a hot one this year, but it's also been like, it's also cooled down for sections, like clear into the 80s for a couple days. Remember that? I do.
Yeah, we've had a few days that have been like super nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this weekend's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be rainier and cooler and
Monsoonier.
a good time.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Is that it?
That's it.
Don't you
Thanks for
have something
listening,
cool to
guys.
add? Like trees exploded
That's all
because
I
of
have.
that? Or
no,
Yeah,
I was,
did we have any trees explode?
I
Because
was
of the
hoping
heat?
you guys would. I can't say everything. You guys can say like, oh yeah, that's cool, Phil.
let's go round
Whoa,
table.
what an interesting story.
Let's go round table on that. Yeah, it's been really hot this year.
Oh yeah,
Over to you, Chez.
yeah.
It's been hot, but at least we had a short fire season
Oh,
or fire restriction season for camping.
that's true. I noticed that at at a place that I go camping, I could have
The
a fire
undisclosed
last
location?
weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That
because
is actually because last year and the year before was like almost all red burn days, right?
actually every year that I've been going to this place since
Yeah.
like 2017,
Uh-huh.
pretty much it's been a fire ban all the way into like September.
Yeah.
So,
But you've done fires all the time.
well, you always come in September.
Oh,
So
Wait.
yeah, but
that
usually
would
like
explain why
late
there's
June,
fires when I'm there.
pretty much the whole month of July and August has always been fire ban. So if you have like a gas stove, you can. Or,
Can you do it if
fire.
it's like has a cage over it or whatever?
No.
I know some places will allow enclosed fires.
Nope, not where I go.
Not in that undisclosed location.
Right.
One loophole in the city, and my parents have used this a lot, is they cannot ban.
If it's accidentally started, it's fine. No,
no,
sorry.
that's called jail time. If you're trying to catch a spider, no. If you have a generator with a flamethrower button on it, wait, no.
The Tesla generator.
But if it's for cooking, they can't stop you from having a open fire if you're cooking something.
Just
because
throw
you
a
have
hot-
to be able to cook your food.
Just throw a hot dog in there and you're good.
My parents literally used to burn stuff on red burn days because they're rebels, and they would just leave a hot dog packet out because if anyone came by, they'd be like, "Oh, we're cooking."
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird, but there's some loophole about that.
Huh.
I know
that's good to know.
Houses are a little different too because you've got a water source right there. You can
Right.
take your hose and put it out.
I
Yeah.
don't think that would fly in like camping grounds. And stuff.
No.
No.
Yeah, even if there's water. Yeah, I've noticed usually like the incorporated towns and cities are all typically, unless it gets really bad, they stay open. But like anywhere you go to camp is can get shut down pretty quick.
Yeah.
So don't light the forest on fire. Don't light a spider on fire.
That's right.
And also don't fire tracer rounds into sagebrush fields.
That's right. Yeah.
Or don't buy faulty generators.
Don't buy faulty generators, and don't drag things with your car. I got worried the other day because I was driving in a place where it was like the road had grown over with tall weeds, you know, and I was like driving over it, and then I was like, oh, this could be a problem. Maybe something will get hot under there, and
Just don't stop.
yeah. So I just kept going.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but
Just angle your rear view mirror down so you can't see behind you.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So anyway, this will be a Utah story that'll spread national real quick. Utah Governor Spencer Cox criticizes the Department of Justice for lack of information about the search warrant of former President Donald Trump's residence.
What was the verb? He what? The search warrant?
He hated it.
He did.
No,
Dumb. Warrant dumb.
I don't remember the verb, but he did say he made an interesting point. He said, "No one should be above the law, but Trump is no American. He's no ordinary citizen either." What do you guys think about that?
Yes, he is not an ordinary citizen.
Yeah. Even if he wasn't the president, he
Yeah.
would not be an ordinary citizen in many ways.
He would be a tremendous citizen.
Would he?
I've been told
The most tremendous.
I've been told I'm the best.
People are saying I'm the
citizen.
most tremendous citizen.
I swear I could do a whole podcast of just
Talking
what-
like Donald Trump.
what Trump thinks of stories, and we can just say it. And I would think it's funny.
I would too.
I don't know if
I
anyone else
actually
would.
have always thought Trump is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like he's funny to watch, especially when he's like that. When he's like, people say I'm like the best dancer in the world. I've heard that.
So
love
he
it.
criticized the DOJ for
So for not releasing information
of
on the search
information,
warrant.
okay.
So if you haven't been paying attention, the FBI raided Donald Trump's personal home / nightclub
What?
/ golf course.
/ golf course. It's actually a big. I guess Mar-a-Lago is a big deal. It's like way back in
Yeah,
the
it's like a
1800s.
little resort there.
Like kings and queens would come there and play golf or whatever they did back then. Croquet, cricket, something. I don't
All
know.
of the above.
Water
Yeah.
polo.
But anyway, they raided his home, claiming that they suspected he had classified or not necessarily just classified, but documents that essentially they weren't his property
Right.
once he leaves
Property
office.
of the National Archives.
Right. But I guess there was some suspecting that there were some classified documents, and I guess they did find some when they rolled right in there, but they haven't released the affidavit of the person, of the informant who said, yeah, they're here. I know they are. What do you think about that?
The informant
The anonymous informant.
who found it or who accused,
appar-
who brought it to light.
They're claiming it's someone's close to Trump. So let's just say it's Ivanka Trump. Is Ivanka his wife?
Melania.
M-
Melania.
No,
Oh, Melania's his wife. Ivanka's the
daughter.
daughter.
Oh.
Let's say it's Ivanka. She wants to be president one day, and she wants to be like, yeah, I threw my dad under the bus. So it's her.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know. It could be anyone.
Former Secret Service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, or it could be no one. And I say that because apparently the Department of Justice is requesting that information remain confidential, even though Trump claims he wants that made public. So
Doesn't he have the right to face his accuser?
yeah, I thought about that too. Because if a search warrant is performed on your home, you have the right to challenge that to whether it was even legal to do so in the first place. And people actually win that, and then whatever they find there becomes like not usable in court because it was found in an illegal way. So they could come in and like find a stack of heroin, but if they didn't have a reason, just like if you get pulled over for no reason and they find heroin, I don't know. It's always heroin for some reason. Isn't that right? Like they have to. It has to be legit. The reason they either go in your home or stop you or whatever.
Well, here's the deal. I think with this situation, it doesn't matter what happens from here. The goal to me was to actually publicize and make a big deal out of the search warrant and the fact that it was happened and this is such a big thing and it's so big and it's such a big deal. And that's accomplished. They did that. So no matter if they found nothing or they found something or they found something in between or whatever, like he stole plates from like Barbara Bush or whatever, then fine. My point is, I think the actual goal was to make it a big deal. But that's the conspiracy theorist in me. I don't actually know.
Regardless, it does put pie on his face, right? It makes him look, puts him in a negative light, which, in like just a sexual accusation, says he touched me, and I didn't want him to.
Yeah.
But it never actually happened. Regardless, someone accusing makes someone look bad.
Because
That was such a victim shaming way to say that, Jake.
What a cis male white comment.
Yeah, I can't talk because I'm white.
But couldn't have also the same
rest of the time.
or the opposite effect too? If nothing comes of it, and everyone's like, "Oh, well, look, he did nothing wrong."
It does
And
make him
then-
look like a martyr, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So then it just hypes him up.
yeah. And maybe that's why it'd be, I mean, obviously we don't know all the details. If the FBI is saying that Trump was not being super cooperative, I could see that like being true, right? Like, because they've already
He's
seen.
never cooperative. Right.
But does he have, not saying he doesn't have to be, but if he told them, "Oh, I don't have any more documents," and then somebody from his inner circle comes to him and says, "Actually, he does," I would think that'd be good grounds for us to just roll right in there, because obviously he either doesn't know or doesn't want to cooperate or whatever the reason. The only way to get it is a search warrant, right? The only way to guarantee that you can get it back.
But here's my point. So probably what's going to happen is like they went through all this stuff to get a search warrant. They went in, they made this big scene of it. They stole boxes of stuff and they packed them up. And then all the media would need to release is, oh, yep, we found some documents. We can't tell you what those documents are because they're classified, right? But we definitely found some documents. And then like what they found was like all the staffers' like birth dates or something like that. It's classified so that the birth dates don't get out in public, but Trump wanted it so he could send him a birthday card.
Yeah.
I'm totally being facetious about that, but you get what I'm saying. Like it could be something that's quote classified, but is like really not that sensitive that could be used like, or maybe it was like, oh yeah, we took like all these boxes of personal things and didn't realize that that book contained whatever, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, like his passports. He had 3 passports in there that he put out on Truth Social. They stole my passports, and then they returned them like the next day.
Well, what I'm saying though is that at the end of this, you look back and go, yes, we found classified documents. We can't tell you what it is, but we found them because they're classified. We can't say anything.
Well, and one of the interesting things they're saying is some of the documents were labeled top secret, which would be apparently a big deal because that's like top secret, I guess.
Is top secret above classified?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it is.
Well,
and that's a good question. Is it
anyone can
classified?
label-
Classified?
I can label anything top secret.
Yeah, but
it's
no,
like
and
officially like the White House stamp of a top secret approval.
Yeah.
This is top secret.
There is
Don't
legitimate.
take this out of the White House.
There's legitimate classifications of information and also individuals. And I know this because my dad used to work for a place where he had to have a certain security clearance that I can't remember. I want to say it was top secret.
Alpha, Ultra.
Well, I mean, everyone knows about it. It was the chemical demill facility where they had all the nerve agent out there in Tooele. So he worked there, and he had to have a certain classification, which just meant he could come across documents regarding where this nerve agent is located and what's going to be opened up at certain times and blah, blah, blah.
Where the aliens are kept.
Right, where the aliens are kept and other things.
In Tooele.
Yeah.
That I can't talk about.
So here's the question I'm sure everyone is thinking about and probably has already talked about, but how is this different from what Hillary Clinton did with the whole email thing?
Paper copies versus digital.
Yeah, right? Isn't it the same?
That's crazy. I never even thought of that, but yeah, I think you're right.
Well, yeah, I mean, she ended up destroying the hard drive, right? So there's no evidence.
That's true. She deleted a lot of it, right?
Well, I think the hard drive was actually destroyed.
Oh, I thought I thought she sent them the information. So that would be a difference, right? Because in this case, they rolled in and took the stuff from Donald Trump. I think in Hillary's case, they requested that she send it over, and she's like, yeah, I've sent everything to you that's relevant, and I've kept or deleted everything that's like family birthdays, blah, blah, blah. So wouldn't that be the same as like calling Trump up like, hey, send us all those documents, and him being like, yeah, I sent them all over, but I kept stuff that was like, that you don't need.
Yeah, I don't know what the stipulations are with hard versus digital, but it sounds similar. Like if they would have done that, it would kind of been the same thing.
I don't know.
Wouldn't the digital be easier for somebody else to get their hands on?
Yeah, you would think so. Like people are like, oh, Mar-a-Lago, it's not safe, but it sounded like, I mean, I don't know how easy it was to get into the basement of that place, but one, Secret Service agents protect the whole compound, to my understanding. So there's some security there. But yeah, a server can be hacked.
Do they protect property, or they just protect the former president?
What I was reading is that the FBI contacted the Secret Service because they were there, even though Trump and his family were not. So they must be protecting his property as well. So Trump's probably a pretty expensive president to maintain the pension of.
With all his properties.
Yeah. Like all this. That's probably why he's like, don't give me any salary because you're going to be paying for it. Trust me.
$400,000 a year is way lower than my current contract for security.
Yeah, I wonder how many, because he owns a ton of property. I wonder how many would have secret, but maybe they were like, hey, we'll protect one residence. So just tell us which one it was.
Well, they follow him around everywhere too.
We'll protect whichever residence has all of the top secret information.
Anyway, so Trump, my prediction on this, and I could be wrong, is that
Trump
in a
2024.
In a month, nobody will be talking about it. It'll be like it never happened. But I could be wrong. Maybe he took something out that like people have been throwing around like, oh, what if it's nuclear codes or whatever. Obviously, it wouldn't be nuclear codes because they would have changed that, but it could be like any
Alien
number of
stuff.
things. But it also makes you think like Donald Trump is leaving office. He's the president. He's not like going through papers and saying this one goes here, this one goes here. He's got a team of people throwing stuff in, putting it in trucks. Like I imagine there will be very little accountability to say like, oh, you intentionally moved this document. But I could be wrong. Maybe.
Yeah, they called two men in a truck and they came over and they're just like criminals moving shit.
He's like, I think all this is mine. Just stick it in the van.
Packing up glasses all haphazardly, breaking grandma's heirlooms.
Yeah.
I guarantee he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know. But you never know with this guy. So it could be that like 5 people are now going to testify, oh, yeah, he said this top secret document, I'm going to sell this to Russia. So put it in that box. That's the Russia box.
They're like, well, you see, this box was labeled as Trump packed this personally. Do not look in here. There are no secret items in here.
Trump's
is the
top
label.
secret.
Yeah, I thought it said Trump secret, not top secret.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's funny how whenever something like this comes out with Donald Trump, other people who worked with Trump end up getting like fired or testify about something, but it seems like Trump himself never actually gets in trouble.
Teflon Don.
Oh yeah.
What did you say? Teflon Don?
Yep.
Teflon Don.
Everything slips off him. Is that what that means?
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, he was a gangster mob boss guy.
Oh, and he just happened to be named Don.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
really?
funny.
That is funny. So that actually kind of leads into my next little thing, which was there was the former CFO of the Trump organization is expected to plead guilty in this business probe thing that's going on up in New York to a 15-year tax fraud scheme. So I think it's exactly the same thing. It's like somebody close to Trump is getting in trouble, but they've already said they don't expect him to cooperate at all.
Trump or this guy?
This guy. They don't expect him to Alan Weissenberg is his name. They don't expect him to cooperate at all in the bigger investigation into Trump's business. So he's pretty much like, yeah, you got me there, but I'm not giving you anything on the big guy. So same thing. Trump not getting in any trouble so far in that case.
Is he going to end up found strangled in a cell somewhere?
That guy? Maybe.
Buried next to Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so thought that was funny. Liz Cheney.
What happened to you thinking murder is funny and stuff? I kind of missed that, Phil.
I was saying that story was funny where that guy is pleading guilty.
Yeah.
But he's not going to help in the investigation.
No, I get it. I'm just saying that, like, I'm kind of done with politics in my life, I think.
Oh, I've got some more for you.
Do you have some murder stories?
Liz Cheney.
Oh, great.
Elephants dying from lightning, maybe?
So you don't know who Liz Cheney is?
It's Dick Cheney's daughter, right?
It is Dick Cheney's daughter. She just, they just had the primary for the...
Wisconsin?
Wyoming. Yeah.
The other W place?
Yeah. Anyway, she lost the primary, so she will not be retaining her seat. People would say it's obviously because she's been so outspoken against Trump. So obviously the Wyomingites like Trump.
Or they just have a better candidate?
It could be, but I think it's very likely she was outed because of that. She's also on that like committee in Congress to investigate the January 6th thing. She's the only Republican on there. So she's kind of like a Mitt Romney. Like everyone's mad at her on the Republican side of things. Do you understand? You don't even care?
Did she murder someone?
Her father murdered...
he was in the military.
Like 400,000 Iraqis.
Well, then didn't he shoot somebody in the face with a shotgun?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Hunting, huh?
Weren't they clay pigeon shooting or something?
No. I think they're actually pheasant hunting or something.
Yeah. I realized that because I watched his biopic starring Christian Bale. Have you seen that?
What?
I think it's called...
I have not seen that yet.
It sounds made up.
Christian Bale does a good job.
It's Christian Bale, so it's got to be good.
Wait, is Christian Bale playing Dick Cheney?
Yeah.
A young Dick Cheney.
No.
What?
Dick Cheney. Like
what?
Throughout the ages.
In a fat suit?
Yeah.
I know a guy that's a specialist in fat suits. He's
Not
going
old
to tell
man
me.
fat suits, though, because those don't exist.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good. And it was well done because I thought it was going to be like, we hate him, he's terrible. But it showed a very like complex guy that thought what he was doing was right. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it's not in theaters, right?
I watched it not in theaters. So
yeah, because I haven't seen it in the theater listings.
What's it called? Cheney? Dick?
It's called Dick. Look it up. Google Dick movie. You'll find it.
Not safe for work results.
Don't Google that.
Yes.
Don't Google that.
What was this one? I had two more. Oh, okay. I've got one more semi-political one, and then I've got a cool one, and then we're going to go to our guest. What?
I saw Thor in the theaters.
Oh, Thor, the mighty, what's his name?
The Mighty Rainbow?
Yeah.
Love and Gold.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I also took my 3-year-old, so I saw half of it, which was really good. The first half was
you saw
wonderful.
the pre-Zeus half?
Actually, right when the Zeus thing occurred, hashtag probably spoiler alert, That was when I left.
That was the moment where I'm like, nope, my kids.
That was when my
kids
son
aren't watching
My
this.
son thought that stairs were more entertaining than Thor.
A lot of
But
jokes in that movie.
But I had like 4 teenage girls with me, and they all stayed and watched it, and they enjoyed it quite a bit, actually.
And you liked it?
I mean, I saw half of it.
Yeah.
I like the director,
Yeah.
Taika
Oh, really?
Waititi. Yeah, he's good.
Was he in it?
He plays
He
Crank.
yeah, I heard.
yeah,
Korg?
Korg, yeah.
The Rock guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty
The
funny.
rock guy.
I will say there were some funny things in it that occurred that made me laugh out loud. But
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think it was my favorite one, but
no, not at all.
yeah.
The movie called Vice.
That's
and
what
it's
it is.
from
Vice.
2018. I thought it was like last year.
Dick Vice
Or
is the
this
name
year.
of the movie.
It's called Vice. Not Dick Cheney. Christian Bale.
Steve
plays
Carell
Dick.
is in it.
Yeah, Steve Carell's also. Steve Carell plays Donald Rumsfeld.
Amy Adams.
So, and it sounds like, just from me saying that, it sounds like it'd be like one of those campy, like
a spoof movie.
let's make fun of it. Yeah, but it's really like, I thought it was well done.
Starring the cast from Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
Broken Lizard.
exactly. Anyway, the headline here from the New York Times is, "I'm done with him. A mother's anger over Rushdie attack." Did you
What
guys
was that word?
Did you hear about this Rushdie thing?
That
Yeah.
sounds no.
Wasn't it a shooting at a...
A stabbing, actually.
Finally, we're getting to some news.
So this guy, what was his name? What's his
Rushdie?
first name? Something Rushdie. You guys know what I'm talking about, though.
Gupta.
Alan
Gupta
Rushdie?
Rushdie?
Let me Google Rushdie.
Are you sure it's not Doug? Go.
Rushdie. News.
This is captivating.
Salman,
Yeah.
that's it.
Thank you for listening to the We Google podcast.
Salman Rushdie. So he was an author, I guess. And I guess a lot of his books were like critical of Islam, or not super critical, but probably said things that like would disrupt the Islamic community, if that's the correct way to say that.
Okay.
Anyway, he was at a book signing and somebody ran on stage and stabbed him a bunch of times. He's okay
Was this in America?
in America.
Yeah,
See,
it was a bunch of times.
Yeah.
The reason I thought
11 times or something.
the reason I thought it wasn't in America, because in America, don't we just shoot people?
Yeah.
Why did they stab him?
Why is he using a knife?
Yeah.
Doesn't he know where he is and how easy it is? I don't know.
It
Maybe,
must-
maybe that's like part of the faith thing. Like
Oh.
if you're gonna punish them, it has to be with a knife.
Okay. I'm not saying anything because you probably go straight to hell if you say the wrong thing right now.
Oh,
That's
Okay.
what I'm guessing.
don't say anything else.
Nope. Well, I mean, I'll say things. Just what? So this guy is an author who said some bad things to the Muslim community.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Do you know anything about him,
I
Tess?
don't.
Oh yeah.
Since he didn't use a gun, that doesn't make any news.
Yeah, that's right. If it was a gun, it would have been headline.
That's weird. I've seen a bunch about it, but I didn't look into it that much. But the interesting thing about the headline I just read you was I thought that was cool that his mother was pretty much like disowning him. She was like, that's not what he was taught. That was, I guess he was like 24. And just saying like, I'm not on board with that,
Yeah.
which is cool.
The mother of the
The stabber.
stabber.
The stabber, yeah. And I only say that because, and this could be my personal perception, but it seems like when there is some kind of an attack for I'll call it an Islamic reason, that largely people in the Islamic faith, not in general, but it seems like they don't usually like say, oh, that was terrible, because they actually do feel justified sometimes.
Yeah,
Like
ISIS
with-
will just take ownership over it.
with people that are doing this to people that are like crapping on the faith or whatever. I
Right.
don't know, but maybe I'm totally wrong, and I'm sure there are a lot of people. In fact, I know there are many people in the faith that speak out and say, that's not me, that's
Right.
not blah blah blah.
I mean, you can
But-
just get rid of the idea that it's the faith. Is that it's an interesting thing where someone will, go out and murder somebody or commit a heinous crime against somebody, and it's kind of like, it seems to me that there's almost a support system that they go back to. Like they go back to grandma's or back to their mom's house. And I don't know. It's kind of weird because that puts the parents in a weird situation too of like, of course it's my son, but I don't condone his actions, but it's my son.
Yeah, I shouldn't say
tough.
I feel for these parents, but I'm like, I think about all these parents of all these shooters in our country.
Yeah.
Like who, according to them, everything was fine the day before it happened.
Yeah.
They come over for dinner. Hey, how are you? Like, life was good, normal upbringing. And maybe they're all just lying to save their skin. Maybe they were like slapping them with goat skins.
That's the problem.
when
Is they
were
don't have
4.
family dinner.
Yeah, or they didn't have family dinner.
That's why they're doing shootings because they don't have family dinner.
That's probably right. But I think I feel bad, just like you said, because these people it's their son, it is always their son, right?
It's like a pregnancy and a woman giving birth. Like all the attention's on her, but like what about everyone else around that's also sacrificing? You can't talk about it. You can't talk about it.
The nurses.
No,
the
I mean like
doctors,
the husband. There's also the husband.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
the
about
kids who had to stay at grandma's that night.
They didn't get dinner because you bailed on them.
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff. But so what I'm saying is,
you bailed on them to have a baby.
Did you do that?
To birth your parasite.
My youngest kid, we literally made a phone call. We're like, you guys are going to have to stay home alone for a while. And then someone finally came over to their house. But my point is, you have the shooter, like you're talking about, and there's people around him that get heavily, heavily affected by this. Like the mom, the dad, the uncle, the friends, all these other people. It truly does affect them in ways that no one's ever really going to discuss because the shooter is the thing that everyone's going to be discussing and trying to help or figure out or whatever.
That's what I always say.
Shut up.
On to Chez, our guest of the evening. Chez is one of the founding members of the weekly Insult podcast, freshly hitting the airwaves, straight to your ears. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, rebranded. We were, formerly the Messing with Mormons podcast, which was nowhere near what our podcast is.
Yeah.
I mean, we never mess with Mormons. We don't talk politics. We don't talk religion. So
yeah. And I was telling you this earlier. It's really too bad because I thought it was a great name in Utah, at least. like it piques your interest. It's got to pique people's interest no matter who you are.
Exactly.
But you had some problems with it.
Yeah.
You were saying with advertisers and
selling your merchandise.
Yeah, our
things
merchandise
like that.
got yanked down.
That's too bad.
Guests that wouldn't come on because of the name.
Yeah, but weekly Insult is great because we all live by the salt, right?
I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But your mission, I guess, is still the same, right?
Yeah.
You interview people around the Salt Lake area.
Exactly. I mean, anywhere
them on
actually worldwide. I mean, we've had guests, in Canada a couple of times. Someone they'd just gotten out of Africa and they were back in the UK for a little bit.
Wow.
So, yeah,
that's a good time.
So they want to insult everyone.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Leave nobody out.
Anyone
Every
you
week.
can, especially Mormons. Right? It should be.
Phil loves being messed with. That's all.
I really do.
He's trying to keep that going.
Weekly Insult,
He's trying to get you
especially
to
if you're
insult him.
Mormon.
Yep.
Yeah. No, well, that's good. But I understand you're also in the finance industry. Is that right?
I guess you can say that. I'm working accounts receivable.
Yeah. So what do you do exactly?
So basically, so the company I work for sells, products to, all sorts of different companies, like Bass Pro Shops and AutoZones and, pretty much anywhere you can buy a shirt or car accessories, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So when those customers make their payments, I'm the one, that I process all their payments.
You're the accountant that does.
Yeah, I handle all the incoming payments.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So, and then I got to validate any deductions or whatever they want to take. And
Right.
so.
Okay. Cool. And how did you get into that? Like, what made you decide to
I
get
decided
into that line
a
of
couple
work?
years ago, I started back to school,
Did you?
got a degree in accounting. I just started looking for anything in the accounting.
Yeah.
when I was in classes, I enjoyed the receivable and the payable end. I just started looking for anything in receivable or payable and found this receivable job, and it's been great.
I got to say, with like there's a few business related subjects that I feel are so underrated. Like accounting, big time. As a business owner, like I don't even want to deal with it at all, and I don't know enough about it. Like, if I hired the wrong person, they could probably just steal a bunch of money, and I'd be like, "Whoa, cool." I wouldn't even know until I tried to file taxes or something like that. But what I'm saying is those skills, if I went back in time, I would definitely pick up on more of those skills, like accounting and, what you do, basically.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated with numbers. I've always liked to see how things, like, wait, why isn't this adding up right? What's wrong here?
Right.
How can I find what's wrong?
How do we zero out here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of instances where, like, you run into... Because I always picture accountants as, like, the people who... kind of like you were just saying, find things that maybe no one else does or overlooks or something like that. Do you run into that a lot where like somebody gives you something like, hey, is this correct? And you're like, oh no, you missed $14,000 right here. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why? No, no, you're supposed to only be able to deduct this. You deducted 5 times what you were allowed. And
yeah.
Like, where are you getting your numbers? Show me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's interesting.
Do you own a pocket protector?
I do not.
Oh,
Okay. So,
Next question.
get that. I want to get that out of the way.
yeah, because accountants should have like a pocket calculator, right?
Well,
That way-
I do. It's right here.
Yeah.
It's called
there
a
you go.
cell phone, huh?
Yeah.
This is what has intrigued me over the years is when I think of like a accountant back in the day, there was a book and many books to keep track over the years, and they wrote in the book, right?
Yeah,
They're
your ledger,
keeping
yeah.
books, right? But nowadays, I'm sure
The GL.
how much of it is like all technology driven, and it may not just be the skill that you possess on accounting, but on the ability to run the technology to run the accounting. Like,
Yeah.
is that,
It's basically all technology now.
yeah.
Yeah, nobody's like doing longhand division or anything like that.
And maybe some little mom and pop
It's
place,
addition and
but
subtraction.
Yeah.
That's it.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're using programs just like in Excel or whatever.
You mentioned the calculator on your phone. What calculator do you use on your phone? and I know that sounds like a dumb question, but I'm always so annoyed by the calculator on my phone. It's always like giving me ads and stuff.
What?
Really?
Is there not like a basic...
The default calculator app on your iOS phone?
Yeah, how do you find it?
I don't know. I don't use iOS, so
Oh, you've got Android.
yes.
Sorry to interrupt the smart accounting discussion, but Phil, get a new phone. That's how you fix it.
It's an iPhone.
Yeah, give it to me. I'll show you. Jeez, this is
Show
Jeff
me.
IT help.
Maybe-
Swipe down
Maybe
and type in.
maybe
That's
I'm
it.
not.
That's
Yeah,
the-
this must be it. Because
Oh my
maybe it's
God.
on the iPad that doesn't come with like a calculator.
It should come with a
Swipe
calculator.
down.
Because you always
Swipe
watch.
down.
I'll show you.
Turn it off,
Because you
turn it
don't
back
believe
on.
me.
No, I totally believe you that you have
Swipe
it done wrong.
down. That doesn't do anything.
Yeah, type.
Right there.
Where?
Right there.
Where?
It's not there, guys. Right there.
I told you.
It's right there.
I don't think maybe it's iPads that don't come.
Oh, they do. Shut up.
And you only can like pay for one. Pretty much. All the free ones give you like ads or stuff. Anyway.
Nope.
You don't think so?
No.
No.
Which, by the way, I hate this iPad Pro. It's like
Big
the
one?
first iPad Pro, and it's been
terrible.
Like the screen gets buggy and doesn't swipe or whatever.
My
So-
my iPhone 12 Pro Max always does not register my tap or thinks I'm long pressing somewhere. I have
Yeah.
to turn it off and back on.
Yeah, they
'cause
needed Steve Jobs around to keep things going.
Because Apple just wants you to buy another one.
Exactly. Well, I
Yep.
actually really do think that because there's nothing wrong with that. I haven't dropped it or anything. Like, and sometimes it works perfectly, and when it works perfectly and doesn't, there's like no change on my end. So I suspect Apple gives it an update to start sucking, which I think they've actually proved that they've been doing.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, somebody sued them or something like that.
Yeah, they were like weren't letting the battery charge all the way or something.
Yeah.
They diminish performance. The battery will diminish quicker or something.
So you, by general rule, you don't upgrade your software, right?
I try not to, but sometimes they force. It's like it. Usually, it's like
The major upgrades.
there's a new upgrade. Agree to these conditions to do it, and I never do. But just the other day, I got a notice that said this iPad will be updating tonight.
You mean
and
your phone?
And it just happened. I can't remember if it was a phone or iPad.
Love Elon.
So yeah, love Elon Musk.
I think my next phone might be an Android.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far.
I bounce back and forth.
Jeez.
I'm not brand loyal to like anything.
It's not about the brand to me. It's just about like the last time being so disappointed with Android, just because it was so buggy and so, I don't know. But I'm sure it's better now.
Oh, it's great. I got rid of my iPhone as soon as they forced on the U2 album to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember that. They thought it was going to be like a nice gesture, a nice gift, and really were like, ugh, what is that?
Oh, U2 was given a free thing if you got an iPhone.
The band U2, they put their album, I don't remember which album it was, they put it on the iPhone.
Everyone's.
As a gift, but everyone was kind of like, this is weird.
I don't want to.
But wasn't it like a new album?
Yeah.
It wasn't like one of the greats. It was like...
No.
Yeah, no, it was like the new album.
It was the one no one listens to.
Yeah, they're like, this sucked. Let's just give it away.
It's the one that all the Apple users don't listen to.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, when you're doing your accounting, are you doing it on a Mac or a PC?
PC.
Oh yeah.
I can't even turn on a Mac.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You don't like it, huh?
It hurts them.
I've never
used one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was the same way until they forced me to use it when I went to school, and now I've never gone back. It's just like one of those things.
I've been a PC person with an iPhone for a long time, and I just got a Mac computer, and I'll tell you, it's a weird learning curve, like the little things, you know. And I'm not even fully there of like, oh, I'm closed that this is way better, but I actually use both for different things now.
But yeah, accounting, you want that thing to work and not give you extra $14,000 payments when you don't need them, right?
Well, I wouldn't mind an extra $14,000 payment.
Yeah, that'd be great. Exactly.
But that extra money's not going to you.
Exactly.
So you're essentially watching or not watching, you're handling incoming payments from customers.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
So they make a payment, you facilitate that, you make sure everything goes smoothly, that any deductions they need are happening. Yeah. So in this process, like from your point of view, how do you think the economy is doing right now? Like, are you seeing the same amount of stuff? Are you seeing like big changes in the cost of things? Are you like
not necessarily, because I'm not seeing the payable end.
Yeah.
You know, I've only been doing this 4.5 months now. So
right.
And I've been told, this is kind of our slow season. So
oh yeah. So you've only been doing it just a little while. So you wouldn't have a gauge from like last couple of years or whatever. I see.
What were you doing before?
I was a warehouse manager for an overnight freight shipping company.
Oh, that's interesting. I used to do similar things. Freight and what's the word I'm thinking of? Logistics.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Jeff used to ship mattresses.
Yeah.
All over the place.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Western United States.
From all the places.
And Australia. But that's a crazy industry, huh?
It really was.
Were you in that for a long time?
Almost 8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in for like 12 or 13, I think.
Yeah, we specialized in shipping automotive parts. So
oh, cool.
We covered like 5 or 6 different states.
Like shipping to like Napa and O'Reilly or
exactly. Yeah. So like if they ordered parts from, the local dealerships or whatever, we'd get them, they'd get their parts, by 8 a.m. the next morning.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah, I've always noticed that like my mechanic anyways, like, oh yeah, we need these parts.
We'll have it in
they get them
morning.
in fast. Yeah.
Like when your van broke down in Lovelock.
Oh yeah. And they were like, oh yeah, we knew you were coming. Here's the part you need.
Right. Yeah. The part that we don't ever have, but it happens to be here.
That was wild, but
So you've run across a lot. Do you use like truckers? Have you got a lot of experience with truckers, or is it all like short runs?
All short runs. So it was just, it was all contracted. It was just, guys with pickups with,
Right.
big cargo trailers.
Yeah.
So
Good, because dealing with truckers, like long haul truckers, that gets smelly
oh yeah.
and weird, real fast,
And hairy.
and sometimes not hairy, which is also weird.
Well, what do you like to do besides work?
I like to camp.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you like to go?
Anywhere I can be away from anything,
Any
I want to
people?
boondock camp it.
Like car camp, or do you backpack, or?
I got a pop-up trailer.
Oh yeah.
So
But you don't like established campgrounds. You like off-road,
Exactly.
like, type thing.
I've got a Jeep and I can take my trailer pretty much anywhere I can take my Jeep.
Yeah.
I can take my trailer into. So
Is it one of those cool, like, jacked up pop-up trailers with like that you can really take off-road?
yeah. So it's, it's got, the springs are over the axle. So it's lifted up. And so if I can take my Jeep, I can take this trailer.
That's cool. That's way cool.
That's how we should have done it. We started backpacking
Yeah.
to get away from everyone and the crowds and stuff. That's way harder.
Yeah,
You should have just got cool Jeeps and.
Yeah. That's a lot more money, though.
Oh, that's true. Well, I don't know. Sometimes it feels
That's true.
Paying
Backpack.
for gas in
Yeah.
California was
Yeah.
like a $300 sleeping bag.
That's true.
Could just saying.
yeah.
Well, where do you like to go? Without divulging too much information, because we
Without
don't want
divulging
to.
your.
Yeah.
Done the last couple of years down by Fish Lake.
Oh yeah.
That's
Isn't that like out west, like toward Nevada?
no, it's almost smack dab in the middle of Utah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Down kind of by Manti,
yeah, further,
south and east.
yeah,
maybe.
south of Manti. On the other side of I-70.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So
East to west, center of state, though.
yeah, pretty much dead
Ish.
center. Yeah,
I've never been there.
I haven't either.
I hear a lot about it, though.
they've actually got one of the largest living organisms in the world down by there.
It's a whale.
Oh, that's that
The panda.
Pando.
Pando, yeah.
Yeah, Pando. That's
I
right.
thought that was in Colorado.
No, you're talking about the
Quaking
tree.
the
the
Aspen
quaking, yeah.
Grove.
Yeah.
The Aspen Grove. Yeah.
That's right down there by Fish Lake.
Oh,
For
that's
anyone
right.
any listeners that don't know, the quaking aspen is they share root systems, right?
Well, this one does.
Well, I think. Well, I know what I do
It's
know.
common for the roots to pop up with new shoots. Yeah.
Right. If you
Yeah.
have one at your house and you have like two quaking aspen trees, like they pop up in the middle of your yard trying to grow another tree, and they're really annoying. I think but you're right. This one's all connected, and it's the largest organism by mass. Or
Yeah, it's like 800 acres or something.
it's crazy.
I think though that they recently said there is a new one or a new contender or
I
something.
don't think it's new. It's probably old.
Well, probably old, but I think they said, I want to say it was like a kelp forest in Australia or something that I was reading. They're like, this might actually be the biggest organism, bigger than whatever it's called. Now, I don't know if that means by volume or area covered or weight or how they're gauging that.
I've just
but
been told it's the biggest organism.
that's what everyone's telling
People
me.
are saying
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Well, that's cool. I'll have to go down there and check it out. Must
I-
be
my
must be a good
brother-in-law
spot.
went there Sunday. It's last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's really impressive.
Yeah. Do you fish down there? Or?
I was going to, but I forgot my fishing license and my fishing
dang.
pole and
Everything. I know. We went up to Yellowstone and I forgot all those things, which was a huge mistake because it was like $600 just to get started. It wasn't that much,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was like
Well, you
poles
ended
were
up
like
buying.
You're
oh,
si-
but you still fished because you bought stuff.
You're saying
Yeah.
you're saying it wasn't that much because your grandma listens.
oh yeah, that's true.
She's going to tell your wife.
Yeah, don't tell my wife, Grandma.
but yeah, I ended up buying a fishing pole down there, and then evening we were going to go. We got stormed out, and
Oh yeah,
Just didn't work out.
We
Yeah.
should. Yeah, we should go down there. It's pretty. That seems like
it's
a cool place.
gorgeous.
Is that the place? Is that a place where when you get up there, the temperature drops like quite a bit?
Oh yeah,
Like,
I mean, we were camping at like 11,000, 12,000 feet.
oh wow,
Oh,
It's
wow.
up there. It's over
Yeah.
10,000. Yeah.
Yeah, drive my Jeep and my trailer up there. I was in like first gear trying to pull up some of those hills.
wow.
Yeah,
go.
that's crazy.
You made it.
Let's go right
Yeah.
now.
Let's go.
Done.
You ever go out to like Moab area, Red Rock stuff?
Not in years.
Yeah. You like trees and lakes and
I mean,
stuff like that.
I've owned a Jeep since I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
So I had an old Jeep, that was built for Moab.
Yeah.
I mean, basically that was the only, you couldn't drive it on the road. You had to trailer it down and trailer it back.
wow.
Yeah. And so
So-
you went down and did rock
Yeah,
crawling
Yeah,
stuff.
it did a lot more than I dared do.
Yeah. Huh.
So,
That's cool.
but yeah, it's too hot in the summer down there. So
It's miserable.
it really is.
Ugh. Right, Phil?
Down in Moab.
Is that
That's
what
what
you
I
want
would
to say?
say.
That is what I say. Not only is it too hot, but it's become overrun
Oh,
with
man.
people.
Oh yeah, I can imagine now.
It's like a resort.
Like, well, yeah, they actually meter. Is that the right word? You have to get monitor it. Arches National Park is pretty much like Yosemite now. Like, you have to reserve a day that you're going and go on that day. Where it used to be like there's not even a person at the shack at the
Right.
front. You just drive in, have a good time, pass one other car the whole drive in and out. Like
Ever since 2020, it's nothing like that anymore, it seems. Especially national parks.
nothing's
Nothing like-
not busy. You
It's
mean?
always busy.
Nothing is not unlike that common difference.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yep, clarified. Yeah, everywhere is busy.
Yeah.
We always tease about American Fort Canyon. That was before then, even. But the national parks have gotten insane. I mean, everyone thinks, "Oh, I'm a camper." Literal camper sales skyrocketed. You couldn't even buy a camper in 2020. I have a feeling in the next couple of years, you're gonna be able to get a secondhand camper pretty cheap.
Yeah, because all these people are like, I don't want to do
Like,
this.
oh, I only took it out once in 5 years.
The accounts receivable department at Camper World or whatever was overwhelmed.
Yep.
Yeah.
People stopped paying.
Well, that's because they got busted. How do I put this politely?
Don't put it
Manipulating the terms of the sales agreements.
Oh, really?
They got in a lot of trouble. They were selling people on these like 30-year term, for these big motorhomes,
30
and then
years?
changing them, because that's basically you can get a home loan on them.
Holy
It's
crap.
essentially a mortgage for
Yeah.
I mean, some of them, yeah.
When you're spending $150,000 on a RV,
Yeah.
right? That's a house.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Not anymore.
Well, it used to
was.
be a
Yeah.
house.
Yeah,
Not in
exactly.
Utah.
That was in 2012.
yeah.
But you could factually live in those. I mean, if you have the right
Exactly.
hookups, you can live in
It's a
them.
mobile home. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were like, all of a sudden after 10 years, like you'd have like balance would be due.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were changing the terms like after everything was signed.
Oh, my gosh. That
So it's a
doesn't seem
30
right.
year, but after 10 years, it's due.
Yeah. So like they put a balloon payment in after.
Ooh.
So were they doing that like by forging the signatures, like by changing the actual
Just people were
contracts? or-
signing the contract, and obviously you don't. When you sign a big loan, you're not reading all.
Oh,
Well, no, they it's like the people had their copy and it didn't match what was.
They change after the
They
signature
changed
sign.
after. It's like you get your white
Ooh,
copy.
that's a big deal. Holy
so
cow.
it'd be fraud, pretty
Exactly,
much. Is like,
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Was that a lot of companies that were caught doing that? Or like,
I think it was just Camping World.
specifically
Oh, it's Camping World was
Yeah.
doing it.
Oy vey.
Whoa. Yeah. What's the motivation there? I guess like, oh, I want to get paid right now. The rest.
Or, I mean, I'm looking at it going, if you set up a long enough term, you can't sustain yourself on just the payments unless a bank is facilitating it. But if they're doing in-house financing, you just gave away millions of dollars worth of merchandise and you're getting only a small amount of money in per month. It's kind of like,
That's why a lot of loan originators sell the loans, because they make, these big guys will pay them. I'll pay you the balance, the amount of the loan,
right,
and so it's off their hands, and now it's the big guys that are managing them,
right.
and they know that they can sustain a long loan, with smaller payments.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
That is what I always say. Well, cool, Chaz. We've loved having you with us on this American Fork. We like to ask all our guests a very special question, which is we would agree that America is pretty polarized, pretty divided, I guess. Or would you not agree with that statement?
Yeah, definitely polarized.
Yeah. What do you think needs to happen to fix America?
campfire with s'mores.
Everyone needs to go camping more.
That's fair.
Get all those people that have other disagreements, sit them around a campfire.
There you go.
And let them talk it over with campfire with s'mores.
Maybe we should like close the library of what's the Capitol building.
Yeah.
Now, don't think that's any invitation to any idiot out there to go out and do anything violent.
On January 6th, we'll close the...
I'm saying let's all vote to close the building down for one day and make Congress have a campfire together.
A bunch of campfires outside.
Yeah.
So you're saying close the Capitol light it on fire.
And light it.
Break in.
I didn't say
Break
that.
in.
Everybody's got the day off.
Yeah.
We're all going to sit around the
get 'em.
campfire.
Yeah, I like it. No, there is something healing about camping.
Oh, exactly.
It's like, it's just, I've always thought, you know what it is? It's like getting back to our roots. Like somewhere in our great-great-grandparents, whoever, those people lived outside, right? They were outside.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you go out and you live outside, you're going to get rained on, you're going to get wet, you're going to get dirty, you're going to get bit by bugs. I don't know, something to it, I think. But
exactly. I mean, being outside's a great time.
yeah, it's
Get
really
that
good.
free vitamin D.
Yeah. Free vitamin D. That's true. I went to the doctor and he's like, "Oh, you're vitamin D deficient." So I was like, "Oh,
Vitamin D deficient.
Ha.
vitamin D deficient."
I would say that what you're explaining is what I hear a lot, which is, what are you going to do around a campfire with s'mores? You're going to listen. You're going to talk. Hopefully you're in a place there's no cell phone service. So you just kind of be with each other.
Exactly.
Pass the s'mores. Thank you.
Jet puffed or generic brand?
Oh, you got to go with the jumbo jet puff.
There you go.
Okay.
And then what's your chocolate?
The big, huge ones.
Nutella.
Really?
Nutella.
So
Yes.
s'mores with Nutella instead of chocolate bar.
Yes.
Okay.
Because a lot of times your chocolate's not going to really melt with when you get the Nutella, it's already
Yeah.
Melty.
spreadable and
Yeah, you got to sit the half a graham cracker with a half chocolate bar by the fire and let it melt while you roast the marshmallow and you put it on.
Yeah.
And it just drips all over the place.
Have you done like Reese's peanut butter cups?
oh yeah.
Okay. Someone brought chocolate filled marshmallows.
I have seen those, yes.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't super impressed. I think there wasn't enough chocolate or something.
And you can make them with those round cookies. They're like graham cookies with the chocolate like drizzled on top.
Oh yeah.
They've got a hole in
Yeah.
the middle. What are they called? Pinwheels?
Sure.
Make s'mores out of those.
I've done that, those cookies that are chocolated on the one side.
Yeah, chocolate on the bottom and then like drizzled chocolate on top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It
make
worked.
that sandwich the roasted
it works
toasted
pretty
marshmallow
good.
in there.
Yeah. You know what I want to try is Cadbury chocolate. Not the eggs, but they make chocolate bars.
Oh.
And I've noticed their chocolate is really soft and melty.
Oh, that's true.
So might work good.
We're doing this for the House and Senate, right? So
Yeah.
they know
Yes.
We're getting ready.
Okay, cool.
For when you lead your army of miscreants over there.
So I'll put the thing of marshmallow roaster in a bag of marshmallows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
In camo
In camo with like
and a Make America Great Again shirt.
bulletproof vests and red hats.
the s'more, the sticks are like spears, and the marshmallows are in a camo bag.
Viking hat.
Okay.
Exactly. Well, see, we figured out a way to fix America today. Thank you, Chez, for the wonderful idea. You'll probably see us all on CNN shortly. So
High-fiving next to Donald Trump.
high-fiving in the prison. So,
Donald Trump with his arm around Biden.
yep,
Yeah, around the fire.
next to the campfire.
That actually would be nice.
It would be. If
I'd like that.
If those two like came together and just like hugged it out.
Can you imagine a picture of all the living presidents like chilling, and they're just like arms around each other? Obama's kind of doing the little punching you in the belly thing to Trump, and that would make me happy.
That's another good
Around
one.
the fire.
Yeah, around the campfire.
I like it.
Yeah, we can make that photo happen.
I think so. So anyway, thanks for being with us on American Forks. Check us out on Facebook, Patreon, Twitter, some other meaningless Instagram, and a website. We have AmericanForked.com. where you can listen to all our episodes and read more about us and have a good time. Also, check out Chez over at the Weekly Insult podcast, where you will have a good time hearing some sweet guests all the time. Right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.
When I'm president again, I'll eat McDonald's in the White House, and it won't even be classified. When I'm president again, I'll make sure Britney Spears is the White House correspondent, 'cause she's hot. 'Cause she's hot. And I'll make sure the FBI don't ever again